Hey yo, what's good, my G? It's your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. Shout out to all the subscribers, shout out to everybody checking us out. Shout out to all the new viewers, we thank you very much. As usual, don't forget to check out our other series. You know, the Ask the Gamer segment where you get to ask us anything. You know, also our IGZ topics, IGZ reports, our offline videos, and don't forget the gameplay. It can't be a gaming channel without gameplay, right? Other things coming down the line, you can always check out for our other things, which is we always try to put in a link in the description. But always check out ignorantgamers.com. That's ignorantgamers with a Z.com. So on the screen we have Medal of Honor Warfighter, an EA game. An EA broken game that I happen to love so fucking much. Not more than Medal of Honor 2010, but that's neither here nor there. Now the reason why I have Medal of Honor playing with this TitanFall news is because the Xbox 360 version of TitanFall has been delayed, and I have gone on the record to say that I believe it's the Danger Close team because there is no title announced for EA from Danger Close, even though Medal of Honor has been retired. So I figured they was working on something, and yeah, it's not them. So I'll actually get into that in a minute. With that being said, TitanFall is delayed on the 360. Now, delay is not big. It's about 14 days after its US release. Xbox One and the PC version will release on March 11th, and the Xbox 360 version will come out March 25th. Now, this announcement came out late last month, and late last week, and you know, it hasn't had a lot of buzz, a lot of feedback, a lot of uproar. But you know, us at IGZ, we got a little round table, if you will, and we was talking, and we have our conspiracy theories and everything, and we don't find it shockingly funny. We actually think that 2-week window might get some naysayers to jump over to the Xbox One. If you're on PC already, it's not a thing. You're gonna buy it. But if there's people over on the 360 or the PS3, or you know, the PS4 users who have enough to buy another console and don't want to buy the Wii U, that is not a shot, by the way. We think that this 2-week push, considering that they do have what I believe is a winning title on their hands. I'm not saying a killer of anything. I'm not saying the next greatest thing, you know, in shooters, but they do have a winning project on their hand. I've seen the beta. I've seen the alpha on Daily Motion, and sometimes you can just look at a game and tell. Sometimes you could look at a game and question it. Sometimes you could look at a game and say, hey, you know, this has a lot of potential. There's very few times where you can look at a game, you know, in its alpha state and be able to say like, no, and you know, this is going to be an awesome title. Now with that said, the hypeness behind this title can work in one or two ways. The game is not going to suck. Let's just put that out there. Number two, EA is behind it, but it's not running on the Frostbite engine, and we all know right now any game running on the Frostbite engine needs serious questioning. You might have to wait a couple months, Battlefield. You might have to wait a couple months, Need for Speed Rivals. You might have to wait a couple months before you actually buy the game. So just think about it for a second. Just put it into some real context. If the 360 version is pushed back, right, there's no way to gauge how many users are completely on any PC platform. Obviously, which is not news, Origin is going to distribute this game on PC, not Steam. I don't know what anybody else was thinking about. It's an EA damn game. Shut the hell up. Now, we can't account for what the total amount of users is going to be, but what we can account for, at least more accurately, is there's over 75 million players on the Xbox 360. We know that the 360 was the console of choice for shooters, more specifically Call of Duty, which these guys who are building Titanfall are from. They're from that Activision team, that Infinity Ward team. With this being an exclusive to Microsoft's ecosystem, it'd be no surprise to have this game come out on 360, although they lied to the public and no one wants to acknowledge it, saying that this game can only run with the power of the cloud. PC always has cloud, we say the one, and all of a sudden it's announced for the 360. So with over 75 million users on the 360 and less than 5 million users on the Xbox One, if we play the game of 10%, it makes sense to put this game out on the 360, right? So to delay it is just going to cause hype. It could be a very good marketing scheme, and it might be something that'll make other platform guys, you know, do as well. Delay the console version by 2 weeks, but you have to be big enough. You have to be big enough. Now these guys are riding a wave that not many other people can do. Let's just be honest about that. Not a lot of people can do this, what they're doing. You know, delaying stuff about 2 weeks to push the platforms of everywhere else. Now, I mentioned earlier about who was doing the game for the 360, and I completely failed in thinking that it was Danger Close. I would just hate to think that Danger Close is really just sitting there idle, you know, under EA, not doing anything. Because again, there is no Medal of Honor coming. It's been retired. As of right now, that game is retired. We could never look for a Medal of Honor game again. There's been 0 Medal of Honor Warfighter updates. I don't even see tweets from Medal of Honor on Twitter. Now, some could say THQ, Crytek, you know, with the Homefront license, you could speculate and say, well, maybe EA can license out Homefront, because actually Homefront was actually a pretty decent game. It just needs a little tweak, and with the Crytek engine, you know, whoa, that's a good look. You know, with this game coming out in March, there's no reason to pull out a March winner for all the way from November. What's going to compete in November? You know, those are questions that I ask myself all the time. Now, this group, Bluepoint, was founded in 2006, and they've been responsible for Metal Gear Solid HD collection, Gears of War collection, Echo and Shadow of the Colossus collection, which means this Bluepoint team sounds like a Sony developer or someone that Sony's been working with, because those are all Sony exclusive. And these guys are, you know, from Texas, to Austin, Texas, and I don't know. They're not handling a collection game this time, so it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good to see exactly what these guys are handling with as far as porting this over. Now, again, I still don't understand why Danger Close wasn't on it. You know, maybe Danger Close has such a bad rap right now, which I've been saying for a while. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out, because I know the 360 version is going to be smooth. Why? Because it's the Source engine. The Source engine is scalable, and the one thing I didn't mention was the minimum PC specs for Titanfall rivals the minimum PC specs for Black Ops 2. And Black Ops 2 on PC looked awesome under I know it's the Call of Duty engine, but the Source engine is so flexible and it looks beautiful, and it can be scaled. So, I don't know. These guys built the engine that runs Call of Duty, and they run it with Source, and they made that game running beautiful on the last gen on low specs. Who's to say they can't do it again? Anyway, check out the website. Make sure you link, comment, rate, subscribe. You know, all that. Y'all have a good one. Your boy Snow, and I'm out.